I'm going to say something that some of you might not like, and that is, I'm not a big fan of the cross right now. It's not that I have a problem with it theologically, it's that I have a problem with it symbolically. Like, you know what I mean? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Like, it's so ambiguous because of overuse. Like, some of the best people in the world kind of use it as their symbol, and some of the worst people of the world use it as their symbol. Like, it's in so many different contexts that I think it doesn't really have a definition anymore. I mean, it's become decorative. You can find it on clothing and wallpaper and precious moments dolls and things like that. We see celebrities and sports players with this tattooed on them. It's on t-shirts of people like bumping and grinding at clubs and stuff. Like, it doesn't really mean anything. And if it does mean something, it's left up to the viewer to decide which person or kind of category it falls into. I think I've been thinking about this a lot because I just finished a Stations of the Cross art show that's up on the side of my building. And actually in the show, there's no cross whatsoever. It's elements and concepts and things, objects that happen in the story, and they're being intersected so they make a cross. That's what the Stations is. Because when I see a cross, there's like 51% of me that's just like, eh. But there's like a part of me that's like, I hear a voice that's like, whoa, you have to stand for the cross. And I'm supposed to stand for a symbol. I'm supposed to stand for two lines. That's what this is about. It's about identifying symbols and then holding on to those. Because like the cross was like a public torture device created by an empire who wanted to publicly demonstrate their power to the people they were ruling over and saying, don't mess with us or this is what's gonna happen with you. Like, and it's not like only 3 people ever in the history of the world were crucified, like the 2 people and Jesus. Like, it was a pretty common practice. Like, we have writings and recordings of the Roman Empire doing this all over their empire. In fact, like one city, 2,000 people, they crucified the whole city. So it was like a common thing. So it's brilliant that the early like believers took this symbol of empiricism and like flipped it into a symbol of redemption. But like we've made it into this really weird like personal thing, like, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. What I do as an artist is when I don't understand something, I play with it, I mess around with it. And so I have this art piece that I've been making, and I was thinking about the person of Jesus who was on the cross. So there's all this scripture and prophecy and things about Jesus, all these symbols and foretelling about who's gonna come for in the name of love, right? And in thinking about love, one of my favorite quotes from Jesus is he says, "No greater love is this than the one who lays his life down for his friends." There's this idea that I can't stop thinking about, and it's why he's silent as he's going to the cross to be killed. He's saying a lot throughout the story written about him, and then it comes this moment where he gets arrested, and it's like he just kind of shuts up. Like he knows that that's his goal, that's where he's going. And if no greater love is this than one who lays his life down for his friends, then what he's doing is he's going, you're my friends. I'm laying my life down for you. And so it's made me think about why he's silent and what he's doing. And I found a good picture of what that could symbolize in this old version of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Do you know this version? Is from 1979. It's this like crazy cartoon. So let me get it set up. I think the thing we like the least about God is the idea that we are in relationship to something, that we have to be held accountable to something. We don't like the fact that we can't be just on our own or above this thing, that there's this kind of symbiotic relationship with this invisible deity. And so what we want to do is we want to separate ourselves from that. We want to like overcome it. We want to like kill and sever that relationship. This is the oldest tension since the beginning of time, is that I don't want to be in relationship with a God. I want to be my own autonomous self. So there's that working. But you know what happens you ever been in a relationship? This is what happens as you keep going farther and farther into that relationship. You know, you get more and more intimate with it. and there's these words of love, and they're being passed back and forth, and there's this part of you that doesn't really know if it's true, right? At some moment you're like, is this love really true? And you go into this place where you go, what if I was to show my real, awful self? What if I was to show the disappointing sides of me? Would this person still stick around? Would they still do what they said they would do? And so you almost like self-sabotage the relationship, kind of unintentionally, but it's really out of this place of fear of like, if I do this thing, if I hurt you, will you still stick around? Will you still do what you said you would do? I wonder if there's this storyline going on where humanity is like, oh, you love us, right? We don't really want anything to do with you. In fact, we would like to do all that we can to get rid of you. We don't need you anymore. We can do this ourselves. We've got our own way of accomplishing this. But kind of underneath all of that, we're going, are you bigger than this? Like, if you really let us do this to you, if you really let us get rid of you, would you still follow through on what you said you would do? Would you still come on the other side and have the same message? And I think there's this silence as Jesus just lets himself be taken by us, be taken by people who want to kill him, and he just says, I'll let you do this thing. And we do it. And there's this moment where it's like, I can't believe we were able to do it. I can't believe it happened. And then on the other side of it, his response to us is, yeah, I'm still here for love. I'm still here for you. And so when I look at the cross and it's just 2 lines, I hope to see that there's that story going on. That there's more than just these groups and these ideologies trying to co-opt it for their own personal gain, but what really is happening is it's the symbol of a love that overcomes anything.